Rich Rising. Let me see, because I know I'll be having this mic issue. Or should I say the mic is working very well? All right. Rich Rising. My name is Miladies. I am your spirit shifter here, guiding you on your journey towards self-awareness. And today is day 2 of our Money Mindset Challenge. All right. The title today is bum, 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 what we doing, what we doing. We are revisiting, all right, our money story. So go ahead and get a pen and paper because we will have a quick and simple activity today in regards to our money story. And I'll give you guys ahead of time the key points so that you can know what we're going to be talking about in this video. All right. And if you haven't seen the introduction to the Money Mindset Challenge, go ahead and check that out. We did day 1 yesterday. It's pretty fun and cool. There's a lot of tips and tricks there. Don't forget to check in the description below. I put great things out there for you. Let me go and y'all know what I'm about to do. Let me clean this phone. All right. So, whew, I had a heavy day yesterday. All right. First and foremost, congratulations. We are elevating in this channel. And like I said, I'm doing a giveaway. Today is the last day to enter. I'm going to be going live this evening to announce the winners. So stay tuned for that. You can know how to enter over on YouTube in the community tab. All right. I'm really excited about that. Really excited. All right. So here are the concepts and the key points that we're going to be talking about in day 2. We're going to be talking about what is our money story and understanding what our money story is. We also are going to be talking about our impact in our early experience with our money story, right? There's something in our life that impacted us, that left us with an imprint on how to manage money. So we're going to dig in and see what's that story, right? We're also going to be identifying our patterns. Oh, yeah, we are. We're going to have a small activity. So grab your paper and your pen. If you're at work, act like you're taking a note, right? And then we're going to be shifting our perspective, right? This is the meat, right? Yes, we're going to be digging into our money story. However, we're also going to be coming in and we're going to be shifting the perspective of it. All right. So that we can move past it, so that we can see, we're bringing into the forefront what is preventing us from reaching our goal of being millionaires, trillionaires, billionaires, whatever you desire. Hello, Rich Rising. All right, so y'all know I'm gonna have stories because things that I'm sharing with you guys is also things that I did myself, and I've found large discoveries of memories that really started up my money mindset, and it continued on to elderly age. and shall I say, till last year. Once I discovered those things, the blockages were removed on how I envision money, how I connected my relationship with money, and how I built my relationship with money. So when it comes to understanding your money story, let's talk about the narrative of it. There's a voice that talks to us about money and how we manage it, right? From your past experiences, especially starting from childhood, many of us have heard in the past that everything starts from the womb. So from the womb, we begin to start picking up information, right? And so what was the background noise when we were in the womb? Some of us may not know. However, as we get to the age of 1, 2, 3, and 4, there was a story that was presented to us when it came to money. It could have been that, again, there wasn't enough, right? So many of us already have heard these things. There wasn't enough money. What do I look like? Do I look like I'm rich, right? We can't afford that right now. Maybe next year. You don't need that. These are things that were imprinted into some of us, right? So remind you, if some of you are parents, this money mindset is not just for you. It gets deep. It goes to your children as well. All right. So what was the lessons, the beliefs, the attitudes that you inherited and developed when it comes to your money mindset for years? So many of us may have been forced to go for a specific career because that's where the money is at. Some of us were told that we weren't going to amount to anything because we didn't have specific skills. So these things really start setting us up for how we build a relationship with money. All right. So from there, what we're going to do is we're going to dive into and revisit. So like I said, this could be triggering for some of us. So I want you to take your time, right? When you go back and you think about what was your first experience with money. And why is this crucial? Because it influences our subconscious mind and our behavior in this present moment on how we manage money. And I know some of y'all may be at an age where you just like, I don't give a fuck about this. Maybe this video is not for you. But for those of us who are ready to say, oh shit, this is the reason why I'm unable to save. Oh shit, this is the reason why I'm scared to ask my boss for a raise. Maybe some of our parents used to come home and they used to speak badly about their job, aka what some of us do now. And the child picks it up. And then some of us wonder why our children don't want to work. You come home every day complaining like, I hate my job. I can't wait to get there. My boss is this, my boss is that. So we really have to understand what is surrounding us, what's our dynamic. So I want you to sit for a moment and see if you can make it more conscious on what was your money story when you first encountered it. I know there's some people that have a problem counting their abundance because they were told that they didn't know math, they didn't know how to count. Or every time they came from the store, you brought the wrong change. Wow, some of us got hit, some of us didn't. All right. So with that being said, I want to share the discovery that I had last year. So my mother was someone who was on public assistance, but she also was a upcoming part-time entrepreneur. And the reason why she stayed at the upcoming was because she used to enjoy, it was a thrill for her to start a new business adventure, but also knowing that she wasn't going to surpass a certain amount of money because she was used to being supported by the government. So she began to limit herself to a certain degree. Now, was she fruitful in the businesses that she thought about creating? She sure was. My mom definitely was super creative in every aspect. From selling towels back in the days, if you went to someone who spoke Spanish and you went to their home, they might have had this set of towels with the faces on it. My mother used to create those things. My mother used to cook. She during the holidays she would do her holiday packages, pasteles, coquito, all those things. However, it just stayed at a certain level. And we also had to be her business partners doing these things. So rather than us, you know, hanging out at the park at the age of 10, we were selling socks, deodorants, right? So when I was brought back to my money mindset and entrepreneurship, where was my limited mindset was that my mother was not able to break the ceiling from what she was desiring due to the fact that she still was with some other beliefs and um beliefs and just different ways of doing things. She also came from a system that also supported them, right? In Cuba, you are supported in the most minimal way, but you have to depend on the government in order for you to in some way thrive. So she already came with that mindset. I wasn't born with that mindset, so I don't have to inherit that mindset. Yet I was operating in that mindset. Why? Because of who raised me. So this is where I'm going with this. And that's how deep it got in. But I would have never remembered that story if I didn't sit down and think to myself, where did my story start with money? Now, my mom was definitely someone that was like, we can't get this, we can't get that. Yet, some way, somehow, me and my sisters found a way to get it to ourselves. So we also had tips and tricks on how to do things. I want to share my first entrepreneur. It might have not been my first, but me and my sisters were very savvy, right? And so this is another money story on how entrepreneurship was basically embedded in my blood. My mother used to go to the hospital a lot since the age of 18. Since the age of 8. So we would have to sit in the hospital and wait for her to come out. Maybe she didn't, and someone had to come and pick us up. We used to be hungry, right? Or maybe we wasn't. We just, I don't know. I can't even explain what was our thought process. Nonetheless, back in the days, in the 1990s, all right, there were payphones, right? And you will put a quarter in the payphone. This is for, if you don't know about this, my Gen Zs, my apologies. We would put, you got the quarter. So we would ask the doctors to give us a quarter so that we can call our father so that they can come and pick us up. First and foremost, I'm going to tell you right now, none of us had our fathers in our lives. We didn't. We would take money and we would take those $5 and we would go across the street. So we would collect $5 in quarters. We would go across the street and get coffee and toasted bread and butter. And we would sit there and we would wait for people to pick us up. So that's another thing that we did. But again, where would we be picking that up at the age of 9, at the age of 12? Like, this is things that were embedded in us. So in order for us to break the ceiling, to thrive, to move past our money mindset and how we build a relationship with money, we have to revisit where it started. Because it gets deep. Hello. All right, so as I shared, the impact of our early experiences, the role of what was shown to you. Were you given money? Were you the child that when somebody seen you, they gave you $1? How did that happen? Why did they feel like they needed to give you money? Was it because of your parents? That can let us know where our abundance mindset is. That came because a lot in the community where we speak Spanish, we tend to see somebody's child and be like, here, take $1, take $2. That happens a lot. What did you do with that money? We used to get candy. All right. So when it comes to earning money, when it comes to circulating money. This is the new word that we're going to be using. I learned this in Mastermind Money course, where we shift the word spending into circulating. Because when you go deeper into the etymology of spending, it provides us with a different meaning. Should I look it up? Let me do that right now, because if I'm mentioning it, I might as well tell you. Etymology of spending. This was taught to me. No, because I'm gonna look it up. All right, so spend, to pay out or away, deprive oneself. So when you're saying I'm spending, you're depriving yourself. All right. The word was borrowed generally in Germanic. All right, we don't need to know all of that. That's what y'all need to know. Consume, use up, spending. So this is one of the words that actually was embedded into the entire world, right? So with that being said, we're shifting the word spending to circulating. All right. So how do you earn money? How do you circulate money? All right. What was your money managing foundation? So let's get into the writing aspect of this. I want you to go ahead real quick. This is going to be maybe like a 5-minute. Even if you don't know what's going to come out, I just want you to grab a piece of paper and I want you to reflect on something. All right. I want you to reflect on the first memory that you had associated with money. All right. Because this is where we can find the money tension. We can go deep into our household. Did our parents argue about money? Are you in a relationship and arguing about money? We are about to shift everything. You hear me? Just recognizing and pushing forward these thoughts will assist you. Just bringing it forward is a breakthrough on its own. Creating action behind it, you just about to fly. All right. And so, I wanted to share, when I did this exercise with one of my clients, I was able to assist her in recognizing that she was always part of entrepreneurship. She was always part of the money system, not knowing that at that age is what she was doing. Most times we help our parents out because we have no choice. Our parents, some of us, we used to, if you ain't doing it, you get beat. That's just the reality. You ain't helping me. A lot of us used to get threatened from our parents. So if you don't help me, then you're not getting this, you know? And so we were forced to assist our parents in their money ventures. Was it a bad thing? As we grow older, it may not be. Nonetheless, when we were at that age, it caused a trauma. So we was able to recognize where the trauma was at. And she then was able to surpass that and build a brand new studio within 6 months in her own home, just by having these breakthroughs, right? So it's all about, are you ready to identify your patterns? Are you ready to see what caused your fear of money? Was it scarcity? Was it your environment? Maybe some of us didn't grow up with guardians and we had to figure it out on our own, and we had to find it some way, somehow. So I want you to take a few minutes and go ahead and dive deep into that. Maybe if you could just put, my first memory of money was Monopoly. And if you hear, let me know in the comments, what was your first memory of money? For sure, mine was scarcity. Even if you wrote a sentence, you can always go back to it. I would advise you to go back to it and make it longer. All right. If you get mad while you're doing this, so what? Do it. If you get sad, get sad. If you feel like crying because you can't believe that this is what was blocking you, let it happen. Because holding on to all those emotions will continue to block you. Let's not blame our parents, right? To be honest, they did the best that they could with what they had. They also was in survival mode. And your parents were in thriving mode and you're in survival mode, it probably had to do with your environment. Or it probably had to do something with you not wanting to be like your family. So as we go into identifying our patterns, so here we're going to detect our financial behaviors. All right. This is the part where people, one, you realize where your money is going, but two, you also get a sense of restriction. Because you say to yourself, oh, well, if this is my money behavior, then I can't do this anymore. If this is my money behavior, then I can't do that. And let's, right? The word can't is already preventing us from even thriving. Let's be kind to ourselves. This is where I invite you guys to get into this thing called self concept, where we now are validating ourselves. We are now creating our own narratives. And down in the description below, I put a couple of phrases where you can shift your money mindset when it comes to the story. And I'll share some at the end of the video. However, right now is finding out where you feel you may be over circulating, right? Where is it that where are you putting your energy? This is all about energy, right? So where are you putting your energy? Is your energy being put into something that's not bringing anything in return? You know, do you feel some type of way after you pay for something, right? And yes, I'm also talking about your rent because we all should be excited to pay our bills. And I'm going to continue to say that. Why? Because at the end of the day, we're dealing with abundance. When we're dealing with abundance, when you receive something, be grateful for it, right? Gratitude or attitude was our theme this morning. So be grateful that you pay for your phone so that you can still have conversations or be on the internet or whatever the case might be. Because for the 30 days that you laughing on social media, you ain't worried about it. Now when your bill comes, you angry, you got a phone. Some people be like, I'm gonna let my phone turn off. It's not the phone's fault. All right, so let's start building the conscious awareness on where our financial behaviors is at. All right. So is it connected to an emotional release? Some of us circulate a plethora amount of abundance because we might be emotional. All right. What do they call that? People, compulsive shoppers. Yeah. So with that being said, what do you have in your current living space? Are you grateful for those things first before you ask for anything else? Are you using everything that's in your space? These are the things that you want to start looking at before you start getting more stuff. All right. So let me know what your financial behavior is. That could come from, again, our early childhood experience. Our early childhood experience can let us know. My mother, she was the one that raised me, so you guys will hear a lot about my mother. She definitely was somebody that when she got her abundance, she would be circulating it immediately. And then that also created a habit for one of my siblings where they pretty much would work, and then right 2 days after they would get paid, it would then go into not having anything at all. I also follow that pattern for a small period of time. However, I was placed in spaces where the workers were very savvy with their abundance. And it's like they say, when you're around people who are managing their abundance well, I learned. So I learned a lot about abundance, and I shifted away from how my mother and my family members manage abundance. Because at the end of the day, I was at a level that at the age of 18, which was in 2000 and 2002, I was 18, if I'm not mistaken. And I was at a level where I was working inside my high school. I was making bread while going to school in high school. I was able to hang out with the teachers and the students. Granted, I'm not proud to say that I did do a extra year in high school. So I did graduate at 19. I graduated. However, I was able to get that privilege to receive abundance while I'm going to school. That's another story. But again, did you get an intersection? I mean, did somebody intervene in your money mindset? Did somebody come in and show you something different so that you can be able to pull yourself out and think about money differently? All right. Write in details those money memories, right? So that you can be able to reflect on them. Because once we write them, this is where we're going into our next thing. We're going to be shifting the perspective of our money mindset. Once you are aware, okay, that was the way my parents, my guardians, or my surroundings did it. Today, I choose a different path. Give me one second. No, because I got a candle burning and I hear it going. So I'm like, what is it burning? Okay, so go ahead and in your journal, make sure that you include how you feel about abundance and the decisions that you have made. Because we're moving away from that. We're moving away from feeling bad about money, feeling bad that we made that decision. Damn, I should have never got that iced coffee. It was $6. You did it. What are we going to do from there? So, key money memories for your activities. And how do we shift our perspective, right? This is one of the reasons why we're here today. It's like, okay, I know this is how I grew up. I know this is what is blocking me. So what do I do about it? We shifting it. How do you do it? Yesterday we talked about confirming on a daily basis, affirming on a daily basis, shifting your money mindset. So if you didn't see yesterday, go ahead and check it out. One of the main things is consistency. Consistency. The same way every day we ask our parents for $1 to go get ice cream, and every day they would tell us no. Some of us got yes every day. Congratulations to you, right? You was highly manifesting, and you would ask them to give you $1 because back then it was $1 for ice cream, and you didn't get it, but it was a Friday. They must have gotten paid or money came in, and you got that $1, and you was able to get that ice cream. You didn't stop. All right. You wanted that ice cream. So there's consistency. So shifting our perspective starts off with making sure that we stay consistent. All right. So once we recognize and we bring to the surface our patterns, all right, we are aware that they are no longer serving us. They're actually doing a disservice. Right. So let's disconnect. We can say thank you. This is the gratitude aspect, right? Without that thought, without that belief system or principle, we wouldn't have been able to understand that it no longer serves us. Okay? So with that being said, We're rewriting. Rewriting means from this point on, what you write is what you're going to start believing, no matter what your parents went through, no matter what your significant other's going through, right? Some of us are in competition with our significant others. That needs to be not it, right? Competing with someone you said you want to share the rest of your life with is a bit contradicting, don't you think? So that's another topic. Focus spirit. I guess they wanted to just make sure that you guys understand that because of our early childhood money mindset, it trickles into our friendship, our relationships, and this is what causes a lot of the disputes. You buy it today. No, you buy it today. I bought it the other day. I didn't get paid yet. Come on now. All right. We're going to choose new beliefs and practices. So I'm going to share some of the self-concept terms that I created for y'all. I don't know what's going on here. So that y'all can begin to start looking at it from this perspective, right? So rather than to say, my mother didn't know how to manage money, so that's why I don't know how to manage money. We know that already, right? That we brought that to awareness. My mother was unable, no, excuse me. My mother did the best, like I shared earlier, my mother did the best that she could. That's the self-concept that I had to begin to say to myself so I can understand that that's not me. My mother did the best that she could in her timing, and she survived or thrived to her existence. I am open to new avenues of income. However, I am open to new avenues of income and welcome unexpected financial opportunities with open arms. These are things that our parents didn't say. I just read that over here though. So I'm gonna read you the next one. Every dollar I circulate multiplies and returns to me expeditiously, enriching my financial health. This is what we want to start saying to ourselves. Where you can say it as an affirmation, but it's more of a phrase, and you're talking to yourself, right? You're rewriting things for you. I release all fears associated with money and embrace a mindset of abundance that attracts financial prosperity. This is where the consistency comes in. Because you like, I don't know. My actions create constant prosperity. I am fully aligned with the energy of abundance. Do you feel that? I am abundance. That sounds cool, but I am fully aligned. Come on. We got in there. Don't worry about it. I got y'all. I am financially savvy, making wise decisions that maximize my wealth and ensures long-term stability. Some of us don't talk to ourselves like that. I'm going to go ahead and create long-term stability with my finances. Some of us be like, oh, damn, I got to save, because if I don't save, then I'm not going to be able to get this. So I can't. These words, we're going to diminish them because we got this right here. All right. I put some of them in the description below so you guys can go ahead and grab those. Until you create your own. Many of us want to be creative, but right now there's a blockage. Begin to start somewhere. Start with a word, start with a phrase, and let that be the thing to open you up, right? You got to get cracked open. I am grateful for the wealth I have, and I celebrate any increase with joy as it allows me to help others and supports my desires. Money is a tool that amplifies my true intentions, and I use it wisely and generously to improve my life and the life of others. This is one of the ones that I use because of the type of parents that I have. So I make sure that things that I do are intentional and it's for the highest good of all and harm to none. Okay? So I had some wild parents. But we rewriting the story. Abundance flows freely through me. I am always connected to the vast resource of the universe. I trust that the universe is the source of my prosperity. That means you don't even have to control no more. Let it fly. And I am open to all the wealth life offers me. I continuously attract opportunities that create more money. My actions and thoughts are magnetically aligned with wealth. The word magnetically I don't know what it did. It just like, I just saw something go, it pulled me, right? So this is where we want to be. You see how I get hyped? You see, I get in that feeling. Now, it took me some time to get there. I had to practice. Some of my peoples, when they visit me, they feel like, okay, my ladies, wow, you really do this for real. I really do. I walk around my house sometimes, my arms in the air, and I say these things, and I roll. I am magnetically attracting wealth. I do these things. Why? I am breaking free any blockages that's within my body. Your body holds a lot of memory. All right. So if we're going to become aware of what's blocking us, it is only right for us to open up space to where we want to be. Because once you unblock, you leave it open for brand new things to come in. It doesn't have to be the same story anymore. And this, again, is something that we can do also with other parts of our lives. We're working on money right now. Okay, so reminding us that it can get a little bit emotional, so be kind to yourself. All right. We're going to get deeper on our connections with money as we go along the days. All right. We'll also build connection with the part of us that have regret of spending. Why y'all didn't correct me? Circulating. We circulating. We circulating. We circulating. We circulating. All right. So let me let y'all go. But for the most part, don't forget to share this, right? Share in the comment below any old beliefs that you have, and also put in a new one. If not, grab one of those self-concept phrases that I put in the description box below and rewrite it. When you're at work and you feel like you're bored, that's the point in time in your life where you start to do something. You start to write something that's going to shift your mood, right? Because boredom brings sadness, like, why am I here? Or it brings anger, right? I don't feel like boredom exists. However, for many people, it does. Because you could be doing a lot with your life, okay? So with that being said, if you at work and there's a time and space where there's a gap, write it down, right? I'm magnetic to wealth. I am magnetic to wealth. Just keep writing it down because it's all about consistency. But again, as I mentioned, the morning and the nighttime is best because our subconscious mind has less resistance. And then our conscious mind is able to receive more. All right. I love y'all. Rising. All right. So I'll see y'all tomorrow for day 3. Be kind to yourself. All right. And again, don't be going out there talking shit about your parents. Now, maybe you could behind cameras. However, embrace the fact that you even came to this point of realization. And it allows you to know that you one step ahead of your money mindset. All right. All right. I love y'all so much. I'll see y'all. For those of you on TikTok, get on YouTube and grab those phrases. Have a blessed day.